Mr. Arlo Guthrie.
I think one of the things that came out of the 60s, and Arlo was one of these guys that continued it, was they called bullshit bullshit.
And I will not accept the nomination.
Senator Kennedy has been shot.
We are not satisfied, and
The Democratic Party has blood on its hands.
4 students were killed and 9 wounded when National Guardsmen opened fire.
Nixon and those around him realized that the real enemy of their era, the late 60s and early 70s, was an entire culture that was openly, flagrantly degrading American values and corrupting American youth.
Bringing in a couple of keys. Don't touch my bags if you please.
So here's this guy, Arlo, this fusion of hippie sensibilities with left-wing politics makes Arlo uniquely threatening in a way that perhaps no other musical figure could possibly be.
You know, Watergate was so funny to me that I thought I'd better write something. And this song jumped up and it wrote itself down.
The Nixon administration was actually targeting Arlo as a supposed leader of the countercultural revolution.
You're the one we voted for, so you must take the blame for handing out authority to men who are insane.
Not only was Arlo on the radar of the federal government, but the Ku Klux Klan didn't like his ideas either. They blew up the transmitter of a radio station in Texas because his music was being played on that radio station.
One of his greatest strengths is his use of humor to tell people the truth. And Arlo was the first person that I saw that could not only hold you in a way that was just unique to his point of view, but he was fucking funny.
And I had what we used to call illegal substance on my person. I didn't mean to have it. It was just so cheap over there, I couldn't help it.
I heard him talking about activism versus like humanitarianism. He is a humanitarian. When we were kids, my dad was going into county homes and feeding people. He was marching in gay rights parades, not because he wanted a spotlight, but because he was there for his friends.
You don't need to be an activist to feed somebody. That should be human, not activism.
He has all the complexity of Bob Dylan and his dad and John Lennon all rolled into one, and the heart of Mother Teresa. So, you know, you got everything with Arlo.
You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant.
He had his own voice. Only Arlo Guthrie would play it like this, write it like that, and sing it like that.
She knows there ain't no way I can deny her. Yes, I believe
Arlo has a truth. He has an honesty that he conveys to everyone he meets, and honesty that people just instantly understand, realize, and love.
What we're going to say is we close the show with Woody's love song to America. And joining me is Woody's son, Arlo Guthrie, and some other good friends. Arlo, take it away, pal.
Arlo comes in having maybe the most famous surname in folk music. You know, it's not easy to be born a Guthrie.
This land was made for you and me.
My dad used to say that a folk singer's job is to comfort the disturbed and to disturb the comfortable.
My dad's music has influenced a lot of artists. There's surprises out there. There's people you just don't even realize are listening to them. You never know who your music is going to touch.
A soldier packs his memories as he leaves Afghanistan.
Arlo never shied away from speaking up about the issues that were so important to people in the 60s and are still important to people now.
Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning rain.
Popularity is something that's measured in dollars, but importance is something that is more long-lasting.
Arlo always felt it's more important to be an important songwriter. Use your songs to communicate to the public a positive, important message, a song that could be timeless and mean something to people.
As a performer, you're sharing what you know with people who understand you. And we were able to do that for a good 50 years. So for that, I am forever grateful.